Season 1 of Star Trek The Next Generation's first half introduced Q, the Ferengi, and launched dozens of careers. John de Lancie's omnipotent trickster would become a franchise icon before landing in Breaking Bad. Armin Shimmerman's first Ferengi appearance was just a test run for Quark, and one guest star tragically died at 49 after his brief Trek appearance. From episodes 1 through 9, these actors scattered across television in ways that would reshape the 90s and 2000s. Let's explore where they came from and where they went after leaving the Enterprise. John de Lancie made his Star Trek debut as the omnipotent being Q in Encounter at Farpoint, introducing audiences to one of the franchise's most iconic recurring characters. Born March 20th, 1948 in Philadelphia, de Lancie brought a theatrical flair and mischievous energy that would define Q throughout the Next Generation's 7-season run. Before testing Captain Picard and his crew, de Lancie had already established himself on television, with guest appearances on Emergency and The $6 Million Man in the mid-1970s, along with work on the French variety show Le Grand Échiquier. After his Star Trek debut, he continued working steadily in both drama and comedy, appearing in the TV movie Get Smart Again and the short-lived sitcom The Nut House. De Lancie later became well known to new generations through his voice work in My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic and his role as Donald Margulis in Breaking Bad. As of 2025, he is 77 years old. Michael Bell brought gravitas to the role of Groppler Zorn in Encounter at Farpoint, the two-part pilot that launched Star Trek The Next Generation. Born July 30th, 1938 in Brooklyn, Bell was already a seasoned performer when he stepped into the elaborate alien makeup to play the desperate administrator of Farpoint Station. His portrayal of Zorn balanced desperation with dignity as the character struggled to maintain his station's impossible facade while hiding the dark secret of the captive space creature beneath. Before his Trek debut, Bell had appeared in films like Absolution in 1978. His work on The Next Generation would mark the beginning of a long relationship with the Star Trek universe, as he would later appear in multiple Trek series and eventually move behind the camera to direct episodes. After Farpoint, Bell continued working in film, appearing in 24 Hours in London in 2000. He is currently 86. The transporter chief who beamed the crew to and from missions was Chief Miles O'Brien, played by Colm Meaney in Encounter of Farpoint. Born May 30th, 1953 in Dublin, Ireland, Meaney brought a working-class authenticity to the Enterprise's operations chief that would make him one of the franchise's most beloved characters. Before joining Starfleet, Meaney had appeared on Irish television's The Late Late Show and built his television resume with guest roles on Tales from the Dark Side and Moonlighting. His portrayal of O'Brien proved so popular that he became a series regular on The Next Generation and later starred in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Beyond Trek, Meaney lent his voice to Tom O'Flanagan on The Simpsons and appeared in The Dead and Perfect Witness. He later starred in the acclaimed Western series Hell on Wheels, cementing his reputation as one of television's most reliable character actors. Today, he is 71 years old. Benjamin W.S. Lum brought quiet professionalism to his role as Jim Shimoda, the Enterprise engineer who falls under the influence of the polywater intoxication in The Naked Now. Born May 9th, 1953 in Honolulu, Lum had been working steadily in television for nearly 2 decades before joining The Next Generation's early episodes. His pre-Trek career included appearances on Hawaii Five-0, Simon & Simon, Airwolf, and MacGyver, establishing him as a reliable character actor in action and drama series. After his Star Trek appearance, Lum continued his television work with guest spots on Coach and Family Matters. He also became familiar to Seinfeld fans, appearing twice on the hit comedy as both a stock boy and a mailman. Benjamin W.S. Lum passed away in 2002 at the age of 49. In The Naked Now, Brooke Bundy played Lieutenant Commander Sarah McDougal, the Enterprise's chief engineer who becomes intoxicated by the polywater intoxication and removes the isolinear chips from the ship's computer core. Born August 8, 1943 in New York City, Bundy had already established herself as a reliable television performer by the time she joined The Next Generation's inaugural season. She appeared in classic series like Lassie, Gunsmoke, and The Donna Reed Show during the 1950s. 1980s, building a steady career in episodic television. After her Star Trek appearance, Bundy found her way into the horror genre, appearing in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and its sequel, The Dream Master. She also worked in films like Twice Dead and Riding the Edge. Her portrayal of the chief engineer remains memorable for fans as one of the early glimpses into the Enterprise D's engineering staff. In 2025, she is 81. Up next, the actor who later became known to a new generation of fans for his role in Supernatural. James Lewis Watkins brought dignity to the role of Hagen, one of the Ligonian leaders in the controversial early episode Code of Honor. Born November 7, 1944 in Philadelphia, Watkins had already established himself as a reliable character actor before joining the Next Generation's first season. His pre-Trek work included appearances on The Bob Newhart Show and the blaxploitation film Black Gun, along with a role in the crime drama McHugh. After his Star Trek appearance, Watkins continued working steadily in television, appearing on Jake and the Fat Man, the Supernatural series Spellbinder, and A Man Called Hawk. He also had a memorable role on Doogie Howser, MD. Later in his career, he became known to a new generation of fans for his recurring role as a doctor in the long-running series Supernatural. James Lewis Watkins passed away in February 2023 at the age of 79. Jesse Lawrence Ferguson commanded attention as Luton, the proud leader of Ligonin II in the first season episode Code of Honor. Born June 8, 1942 in the Bronx, Ferguson brought gravity and intensity to the controversial early episode that dealt with planetary leadership and cultural conflict. Before his memorable Star Trek appearance, Ferguson had already established himself with notable roles in The Onion Field and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, along with appearances on the acclaimed police drama Hill Street Blues. After his time on The Next Generation, Ferguson continued working steadily in television and film, appearing in CBS Summer Playhouse, Beauty and the Beast, and John Carpenter's horror film Prince of Darkness. He also had a role in the military thriller The Presidio alongside Sean Connery. Ferguson passed away in 2019 at the age of 77. Carole Selman brought dignity and strength to the role of Yarina in Code of Honor, the wife of Luton who becomes central to the episode's conflict over a vaccine needed by the Enterprise. Born March 29, 1950 in Chicago, Selman had already begun building her screen presence in the early 1980s. Before joining The Next Generation, she appeared in the comedy Wacko and the medical drama Trauma Center, showing her range across different genres. After her memorable Star Trek appearance, Selman continued working in both television and film. She returned to drama with the television movie Roe vs. Wade and later appeared in The Soloist, the 2009 film starring Jamie Foxx and Robert Downey Jr. Her portrayal of Yarina remains one of the more dignified guest performances from The Next Generation's challenging first season. She is currently 74 years old. Michael Ryder appeared as the transporter chief in Code of Honor, one of his early Star Trek appearances. Born April 5, 1952 in Michigan, Ryder had been steadily building his television resume throughout the early 1980s. Before his Trek appearances, he landed guest roles on popular action series, including T.J. Hooker, Knight Rider, The A-Team, and MacGyver, establishing himself as a reliable character actor in the genre television landscape. After his work on The Next Generation, Ryder continued appearing in films and television throughout the late 1980s. His credits included the thriller Pulse, the body swap comedy 18 Again, the war drama Platoon Leader, and the action film Roadhouse, starring Patrick Swayze. Ryder would later become well known to a new generation of viewers as the Knight Templar in the hit sitcom How I Met Your Mother. At 72, he continues to work in television, leaving behind a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades. Eric Menyuk brought an otherworldly presence to The Next Generation as the Traveler in Where No One Has Gone Before, the mysterious being who could manipulate space and time with the power of thought. Born November 5, 1959 in Brookline, Massachusetts, Menyuk had already established himself as a character actor with memorable guest appearances on primetime television. Before joining the Enterprise crew, he appeared on popular shows like Falcon Crest, Cheers, and Night Court, showcasing his ability to blend into different dramatic worlds. After his Star Trek debut, Menyuk continued working steadily in television and film. He appeared in the TV movie The Betty Ford Story and had recurring roles on Married with Children. His film work included the supernatural comedy Ghost Dad. Later in his career, he became well known for his role as Peter in the medical mystery series Diagnosis Murder, where his distinctive screen presence continued to captivate audiences. Today, he is 65. In Where No One Has Gone Before, Herta Ware portrayed Yvette Picard, Captain Picard's beloved mother who appeared to him during the Enterprise's journey to a distant galaxy. Born June 9, 1917 in Wilmington, Delaware, Ware had already established herself as a reliable character actress by the time she joined The Next Generation. Her pre-Trek television work included appearances on Knots Landing and the TV movies Memory of Us and A Question of Guilt, along with film roles in The Black Marble and Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hyde. After her touching performance as Picard's mother, Ware continued working steadily, appearing in Beauty and the Beast, Dirty Laundry, Slam Dance, and Promised Land. Her warm portrayal of Yvette Picard remains one of the series' most emotionally resonant guest performances. Herta Ware passed away in 2005 at the age of 88. Stanley Kamel brought a quiet intensity to Kaczynski, the arrogant propulsion engineer whose experiments accidentally catapult the Enterprise into uncharted regions of space in Where No One Has Gone Before. Born January 1, 1943 in South River, New Jersey, Kamel had already established himself as a reliable character actor in television. He appeared on classic series like The Wild Wild West, Mission Impossible, and Mannix, often playing sophisticated villains or troubled professionals with his distinctively calm demeanor. After his Trek appearance, Kamel continued working steadily in television, appearing on Beauty and the Beast and Jake and the Fat Man. However, he's best remembered for his long-running role as Dr. Charles Kroger, the patient psychiatrist treating Tony Shalhoub's obsessive-compulsive detective on Monk. His gentle, therapeutic presence made him a fan favorite on the acclaimed series. Stanley Kamel passed away in 2008 at the age of 65. Coming up, the actor who would return as a Star Trek series regular. In The Last Outpost, Armin Shimmerman played Letek, one of the scheming Ferengi who first introduced audiences to this memorable alien species. Shimmerman was born November 5, 1949 in Lakewood, New Jersey, and was already building his television career when he stepped into Ferengi makeup. Before his Trek debut, he had appeared in projects like Alice, The Facts of Life, and Woody Allen's Stardust Memories, plus a stint on the police drama Hill Street Blues. After The Last Outpost, Shimmerman worked steadily across television with roles in Blind Date, Married, with Children, and Beauty and the Beast. Of course, he would return to the Star Trek universe in a much more prominent role, becoming a series regular on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He continues acting today and is now 75 years old. In The Last Outpost, Daryl Henriquez played Portal, the mysterious guardian of the long-dead Tychon Empire who awakens to test both the Enterprise crew and their Ferengi adversaries. Born January 28, 1942 in Jamaica, Henriquez had already established himself in Hollywood with notable film roles before joining The Next Generation's first season. His pre-Trek credits included appearances in the astronaut drama The Right Stuff and the fantasy adventure The Ewok Adventure, showcasing his range across different genres. After his memorable turn as the ancient being who judged civilizations worthy or unworthy of survival, Henriquez continued working steadily in television and film. He appeared in the comedy series Married with Children, the action sequel Beverly Hills Cop 2, and the western comedy She's the Sheriff, demonstrating his versatility across multiple entertainment formats throughout the late 1980s. In 2025, he is 82. Jake Dangle brought a memorable intensity to Mordok, the Ferengi commander in The Last Outpost, the first episode to introduce audiences to Star Trek's profit-obsessed alien race. Born June 19, 1933 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Dangle had built a solid career as a character actor before his Trek appearance. He appeared in notable television series including Kojak, Knots Landing, and the police drama T.J. Hooker, along with a role in the acclaimed film Ragtime. After his Star Trek appearance, appearance, Dangle continued working steadily in both film and television. He appeared in the drama Ironweed, the action series The Tracker, and the television movie Manhunt: Search for the Night Stalker. His final film role came in Prayer of the Roller Boys. Jake Dangle passed away in 1994 at the age of 61. Mike Gomez brought menace and cunning to Daimon Tar, the Ferengi commander who challenged the Enterprise crew in The Last Outpost. Born April 18, 1951 in Dallas, Gomez was building a steady career in television and film throughout the early 1980s. Before facing off with Captain Picard, he appeared in the detective series Heart to Heart and the acclaimed police drama Hill Street Blues, along with the Chicano theater adaptation Zoot Suit and the border drama The Border. After his memorable turn as the scheming Ferengi leader, Gomez continued working steadily in television, landing roles on the teen crime series 21 Jump Street and the Robert Redford film The Milagro Beanfield War. He later appeared in the Cold War thriller By Dawn's Early Light. Gomez would go on to become well known for his recurring role as Detective Perez in Criminal Minds and Hector Alvarado in Bones. He is currently 73 years old. Tracy Walter brought a memorable intensity to the role of Karen, the Ferengi officer who appeared alongside the Enterprise crew's first encounter with this new alien species in The Last Outpost. Born November 25, 1947 in Jersey City, New Jersey, Walter had already established himself as a reliable character actor in both film and television. His early career included notable appearances in acclaimed films like The Hospital and Serpico, as well as the television series Ginger, showcasing his ability to inhabit diverse supporting roles across different genres. After his appearance on The Next Generation, Walter continued building his television resume with guest roles on shows like The Bronx Zoo and Malone. He later found recurring success as The Professor on the detective series Monk and as Ike Stratman on Criminal Minds, demonstrating the kind of steady character work that has defined his decades-long career in Hollywood. Today, he is 77. But wait, coming up, the actor who became a series regular on Saint Elsewhere. In Lonely Among Us, Lieutenant Singh served as the Enterprise security chief who investigated the mysterious alien entity possessing crew members. Kavi Raz was born January 1, 1953, in Punjab, India, bringing authenticity to his Starfleet officer role. Before joining The Next Generation, Rez had already established himself in American television with guest appearances on MASH and a recurring role on the medical drama Saint Elsewhere. He also appeared in the A-Team and the TV movie Beyond the Next Mountain. After his Trek appearance, Rez continued working steadily in television, appearing in The New Adventures of Beans Baxter and The Taking of Flight 847, the Uli Derrickson story. He also had roles in The Three Kings and Blue movies. Rez later became widely recognized for playing the character Driver in the medical drama House, cementing his place in television history. He is 71 years old in 2025. In Justice, Brad Zerbst appeared as a medical technician treating the injured Wesley Crusher on the Enterprise. Born October 31, 1958 in Mesa, Arizona, Zerbst had already gained television experience with a guest role on Murder, She Wrote before joining the Next Generation's crew. His work on Star Trek The Next Generation extended beyond his on-screen appearance in Justice, as he became known for playing a nurse character throughout the series. After his Trek experience, Zerbst transitioned into different areas of entertainment, appearing in comedy specials including Gary Goldman Live and Patrice O'Neill Live. He also had a role in the Bob Dylan film Masked and Anonymous. Zerbst's Trek connection proved lasting, as he later moved into writing for the franchise. He is currently 65 years old. Brenda Bakke brought an otherworldly presence to Justice as Riven, one of the godlike beings who watched over the seemingly perfect planet Rubicon 3. Born May 15, 1963 in Klamath Falls, Oregon, Bakke had already begun building her screen career with appearances in Last Resort and Hard Bodies 2 before landing her memorable Star Trek role. Her ethereal performance as Riven, floating above the Enterprise crew in flowing robes, helped make Justice one of the first season's television's most visually striking episodes. After her Trek appearance, Bakke continued working steadily in television and film, with roles in Scavengers, Medium Rare, and Jake and the Fat Man. She went on to build a solid television career, eventually landing recurring roles as Susie in Supernatural and Glenn Nolan in Grey's Anatomy, establishing herself as a reliable character actor across multiple genres. As of 2025, she is 61. Jay Luden brought quiet authority to the role of Liator, the head mediator of the Edo in the first season episode Justice. Born July 31, 1954 in Indianapolis, Indiana, Loudon entered the entertainment industry in the mid-1980s with a role in the military drama Opposing Force. His portrayal of Liator showcased his ability to convey wisdom and measured judgment as the leader of a peaceful society whose rigid laws put Wesley Crusher's life in jeopardy. The performance demonstrated Loudon's skill at balancing gentle demeanor with unwavering conviction. After his appearance on The Next Generation, he continued working in television with a role in Laker Girls. Loudon's work on Justice remains memorable for fans as one of the early episodes that explored complex moral dilemmas through encounters with alien civilizations. He would be 70 years old today. Josh Clark brought a memorable intensity to Khan, the Edo god who appeared as a shimmering energy being in Justice, challenging the Enterprise crew's interference with his planet's rigid laws. Clark was born August 16, 1955 in Bethesda, Maryland, and had already established himself as a television regular before his Star Trek appearance. He built his early career with roles in the soap opera Another World and appeared in several television films including Kent State and the Milos Forman feature Ragtime. After his encounter with the Enterprise, Clark continued working steadily in both film and television. He appeared in the Tom Hanks comedy Big and later found recurring roles on the science fiction series Babylon 5 and the medical drama ER. Clark would go on to become particularly well known for his roles as Lenny Schulte in Grey's Anatomy and Tucker in Shameless. Today, he is 69 years old. Judith Jones brought youthful innocence to the idyllic world of Rubicon 3, playing an Edo girl in the first season episode Justice. Born October 15, 1970 in Hollywood, California, Jones was already building her television resume as a teenager with appearances on primetime dramas. She had guest roles on the long-running soap opera Knots Landing and the nighttime drama Falcon Crest, along with an early appearance on Murder, She Wrote. Her brief but memorable role as one of the peaceful Edo people showcased her natural screen presence in a society that seemed perfect until the crew discovered their harsh justice system. After Star Trek The Next Generation, Jones continued working steadily in television and film, appearing in the thriller Double Agent, the coming-of-age film 14 Going on 30, the family drama My Dad Can't Be Crazy, Can He? She also had a role in the supernatural thriller Spontaneous Combustion. Jones is currently 54 years old. That wraps up the first third of Star Trek The Next Generation's inaugural season. From Q's cosmic trials to the Ferengi's first contact, these opening 9 episodes established the moral complexity that would define the series. But the real drama is just beginning. Part 2 covers episodes 10 through 18, including the holodeck's deadly malfunctions and the tragic kidnapping of Enterprise children. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss Part 2. Dropping soon. Which guest star from these early episodes made the biggest impression? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and live long and prosper.